Between the cyclist or the business day commuter.
I have a passion for urban renewal, which is large mixed-use projects that are in a city, multifaceted, complex, dynamic projects that are generational or intergenerational is where I want to get to. I'm wholly invested, in particular in my professional career. I am wholly invested in progressing my volleyball career.
Hold on.
Are you confident that you can pull it both off?
No, probably not. Volleyball hasn't really been the focus for me for the last couple of months, to be honest. I think work's definitely taken priority.
Tom had somebody as his manager for a period who left, and we elected to give that project to Tom solely to complete. It could have been very easy to replace that person, but Tom had his hand higher than most, and we gave him the opportunity, which meant that he'd had an extraordinary workload for a period of about 4 months.
10 to 14-hour days, big weeks. Hi Tony, Tom calling. Just wanted to run through. One of the overwhelming factors was the daunting presence of a project milestone that I wasn't familiar with and hadn't quite seen through yet. And to see that happen is not only incredibly rewarding, but a weight off my shoulders. This morning we've just been working out in the park behind the house. So I usually head to the gym near home and do a bit of a workout either before or after work, depending on the schedule. We're starting early on site and we do it at night time. I'd like to be able to give him feedback. Having come out of these 8 weeks of intensive workload, I want to increase the flexibility level significantly until the next major milestone. What I'm envisaging as the next stage in flexibility is compressing a 5-day week down into a 4-day week with 2 half days being Wednesday and Friday. So recently I took on a greater commitment to a coach I've been working with. He said, for the next 3 months, focus on work. And I was shocked to hear that. And the reason being that work is important, and if you try and take your focus away from it, you'll stress yourself out too much. And secondly, if not equally important, focus on sleep. He's witnessed firsthand the level of commitment I've committed both to volleyball and work recently, and can see that it's a big stress trying to do both. So by prioritising on sleep and preparation, I can focus on fewer simple things and keep levelling up in a very systematic way, as opposed to trying to reach for the stars and falling over your feet. Like an internal project within the existing curriculum? Or... My strengths are that I'm very committed and ambitious, which is good, very, very hungry, which is great, and I can be intelligent at times, which is good, but when I push myself so hard, I can never apply those skills if my mind's not clear and my body's not well rested. So the purpose of catching up was to talk about my flexibility in terms of increasing that dependent on project milestones.
I think that probably we need to be a little bit more certain on outputs.
Yep. Well, I think that's the crux of this issue, really. On a real terms basis for people approaching flexibility, I think it's about how you define your KPIs. I think traditionally the KPIs can be loose, or they can be so defined that they're irrelevant. Do we have a session on digital signage with Nat?
Tom's one of those guys that you would give him what he wants. He's a very high performer. I'm not worried about Tom being able to meet his KPIs at all. He's demonstrated there is no such thing as business hours. Tom is more often than not here around hours where I'm doing bathing and kid things at home. So I'm very appreciative of what Tom does in those hours outside of what I'm sure sits in his contract.
Having that structure there will give me the comfort to walk away, even though I'll make up the hours and make sure the work gets done. Will it be enough time, a 4-day week, to focus more on volleyball? Initially, yes, definitely. If down the track I decide to take it to the next level and target the Olympics or something like that, then that changes things again, and we'll look at it at that point in time. Between now and then, I love my work and I love my sport. I just want that balance.